Hey, what's going on, guys? I know that this is a strange video to be seeing on my channel, but truth be told, I've been wanting to make videos like this for a while. Now don't worry, my channel is not going to become a drama account, it's not going to become a vlog account or anything like that. My primary focus is still music, but these videos are basically to help me come out of my comfort zone and make me a lot less shy about speaking to an online audience, and also for me to voice my opinion on certain things that I'm passionate about. This particular video is going to start with an introduction of what these videos are going to be about, the future of my channel, how I'm going to be doing uploads, especially for this week, and also a little bit about myself politically. So if you don't want to hear any of that and you just want to go to the main topic of this video, go ahead and click the timestamp right here. Go ahead, I'll see you there. Alright, for those of you that want to listen, to start it off, these videos are not going to be oversaturating my channel, but they are still going to be a regular thing. And some of these videos are going to be a little bit political, which don't worry, I know some of you guys are probably cringing at the thought of me having politics on this channel, but they're not going to be like talk show politics or anything like that. They're more just opinions on certain subject matters. That's really it. So don't worry, I'm not going to be doing anything like that. Ironically enough, the next three videos that I have, sorry, not the next three videos, the three rant videos that I have, this one being one of them, are actually really not political. The other two that I have lined up are what music means to me and why I love it so much, as well as an analysis on WAP from a musician's perspective. And I promise you, these videos are not going to be like very pretentious or anything like that. You know, it's kind of just an eye-opener to see it from my perspective, so don't worry, I promise they're not going to be pretentious videos or anything like that. And also the reason why I'm looking at WAP specifically, or WAP, however you want to call it, is because I've been seeing so much shit about that song, and it's honestly fucking like mind-blowing how much shit I've seen for that one video. I've heard the song and no, I don't like it, but the video is not going to be to tear it apart or anything like that, so I should have that out before Friday, as well as the other video. So for other videos on this channel, I actually do have some music theory videos that I wanted to put out, and some FL Studio tips and trick videos for beginner producers, which I'm still a beginner, but just some tricks that I learned from professionals that I wish I would have known when I was just starting out. And also because of the way that I could explain it from a beginner standpoint, because I know what it was like to struggle with that. So I have some pretty good videos lined up that should be streamlined into my channel this week. So as I said before, these videos are not going to be oversaturating my channel. My primary focus is still going to be music. So the next thing that I want to talk about is me politically, kind of like that. I know I was going to say about why I made the video first, but I think it feels more appropriate to talk about me politically first and then why I'm making this particular video. So me politically, I actually fall under social libertarian, or you could just call me, you know, a fucking liberal. But you know, I support the Black Lives Matter movement, I support Antifa, I support, you know, the fucking public hanging of pedophiles and sex offenders of any kind. I support the LGBTQ community, everything like that. I believe trans rights are human rights. I believe in the multiple genders and everything like that. It doesn't bug me one bit. I actually identify myself as pansexual. I still identify as a male, but I have a lot of friends that are all over the place with what they identify as and everything like that, and to me it doesn't bother me. So if you're not a fan of that, I would recommend not watching these rant videos. But if you're hardcore not a fan of that, like you're more on the conservative side, I would suggest not being a fan of me, because I guarantee you're gonna get fed up with me very quick. So on to the reason why I'm making this video. I didn't really have a personal experience why, like I've experienced this, but I really didn't experience anything recently that made me say, oh fuck, I should make a video about this. It's more because I have friends that are in the furry fandom, which it's no secret that I'm technically part of it. I do have a bear persona, but that's about as far as I go into the fandom. I've never been to a convention or anything like that. But the point is that I have friends that are artists in the furry fandom, and I've seen them get shit for literally no reason other than just to, you know, bring them down. rather than actual criticism. And the thing is, what's worse is that the people that will do that, sometimes they'll own up to it and be like, yeah, I'm just being a fucking prick. But at the same time, some of them will just say, oh, well, you can't take criticism. And that's just not true. So the main reason why is I've seen some of my talented ass friends get shit like that, and I know what's going to happen no matter what you do, no matter what kind of person you are or anything like that. I know you're going to experience it. That's I'm not here saying, you know, you're not going to experience it or anything like that. It's just, you know, it's just, that's just how some people are. Some people honestly do get off on just, you know, trying to demean other people to unmotivate them and have them give up and something they're passionate about. You know, some people are just honestly like that. But there's also people that are out there that are trying to give legit criticism, and there's some people that are actually resistant to that type of criticism, and they don't want to listen to it even when it actually is helpful. And there's a certain individual that I kind of want to brush up on when it comes to talking about that particular topic.
And you are going to take me down? What, are you kidding?
So yeah, with that long introduction out of the way, let's get to the topic of the video. So I'm going to be tackling this video in two different sections: how to give criticism and how to take criticism. So I'm going to be starting off with how to give criticism, which in honesty, I shouldn't need to begin with explaining the fundamentals of giving legit criticism versus just being a fucking asshole. I think a lot of us know it now at this point. But there are certain things about criticism that I've seen that some people are sincerely trying to help, but it just comes off the wrong way. So it's kind of just different things to interpret next time you're going to give somebody criticism, which I encourage you to do, but I encourage you to do it the right way, in my opinion, you know. The way I personally like to give criticism, and people have seen me do it, and I think I have some subscribers that are also musicians that I've given criticism, constructive criticism on their pieces. One of the things that I like to do is I like to start off with something positive, something just a little positive, something like, you know, hey, I really like how this looks, or I really like how this sounds. Give a little bit of a detailed description of your criticism. You know, in my case, what I usually do, it's usually telling people you could have done a little bit more on the mixing, or adjust your side chain a little bit more, you know, things like that. Just simple little things, but I'm not, you know, pretentious about it. I say, you know, you could have tried doing this, and I offer ways on how you can do it. Me, I actually like to help the person, especially when it comes to music. I like to help them with certain things that, you know, that I can point out little flaws here and there. And of course, I always also like to end it with what I really liked about the song, you know, end it on a positive note. You know, hey, I really also like the vocal chops. I like the way you did your chords. I like the overall atmosphere you were building, your flow, everything like that. So that's the way I personally like to do it. A little something nice in the beginning, detailed of my criticism, along with offering helpful ways to do it, and then ending it with, you know, what I really liked. You know, it motivates the person when you do something like that, because you know, they know you just want to see them improve, and that's the message you should be conveying when you give somebody criticism. You shouldn't be tearing them down. You want them to improve. That's the main idea of when you give somebody criticism. At least in my opinion, that's what it should be. So the next topic of my video is actually a little bit longer, because this is where I could see a lot of pretentiousness, you know, coming out from other artists, and there's one in particular that, you know, rubs me the wrong way. So one of the biggest mottos that I like to follow when it comes to receiving criticism, when somebody's going to criticize my work, the biggest motto that I like to use is, you don't need to be a chef to know that the food tastes like shit. Like, you need to understand that some people do not need to be experts to, like, you know, to give you criticism. People don't need to be experts, and you shouldn't only take expert advice. You should take advice, obviously, from professionals and stuff like that. You should, but you should also listen to what non-professionals, or in my case, non-musicians, are saying about your music or about your work. You should listen to what they're saying, because they are your main demographic. If they notice something is wrong, they may not know how to fix it or anything like that, but you do. But if they notice it, take it into consideration, because remember that these people are also your fans and they also want you to succeed, whether it be in your music or art, anything that you're doing that you can receive criticism with. These people are usually doing it because they want to see you succeed. They want you to make, to be, in my case, like I said, to be a better musician. So no, don't, just because they're not experts, that doesn't mean disregard everything they say or just treat them as a hater or say that they're irrelevant. I've seen it where people are just dicks to me, where they say, oh dude, your music is trash, and I just flat out tell them, what is it do you not like about it? Do you not like my chords? Did you not like my mixing? Did you not like my kick selection? What specifically do you not like, so I can improve on it? More than half the time, people that just say your music is shit or garbage, most of the time they're just fucking, they honestly are haters. Those people genuinely are haters. But that's the way to approach situations like that. And also when somebody is legit giving you criticism, just, accept it and just say, hey, maybe I'll try that. Or, maybe I could try a little bit of a different technique to follow through with what you're saying. That's personally how I believe you should take criticism. You should not get on a pedestal and think that you're better than anybody else and you're above getting criticism from people that, are not in your profession or not, doing what you do. That's one of the most arrogant, pretentious, and just one of the worst personalities to fucking have, in my opinion. And you already know who else I'm going to be talking about here. This isn't going to be super off topic, but it's just I want to mention the way that he does it, because he does exactly what you shouldn't be doing. He does the opposite of everything I've been saying. So good old Butch Hartman, the creator of your childhood, creator of the Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom. Don't worry if you forgot, he'll remind you. Don't fucking worry, he will remind you. But Butch Hartman was somebody that I did look up to because, yes, he created the Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom, and I really enjoyed those shows. But everything that he's been doing, and I'm only going to be talking about what he said about his critics. One thing about his critics, I do just want to talk about that. There's tons of videos on Butch Hartman, specifically from, I forgot the guy's name, but I'll put both of them in the description that I personally like. I forgot the British guy's name, and then also Saber Spark. But yeah, those two guys did very great videos on Butch Hartman, so go ahead and check those out if you really want to get into the rabbit hole of how Butch Hartman is. But this is the clip I particularly have an issue with.
Someone says, what do I think of the Axis Family Guy meme? Oh, I'm not even going to look at it because it's the question's being asked by Dueling Duelist True. I'm not even going to look at it, and I don't care. Because you know why? Whenever you put yourself out there to do anything, there's always someone that's going to try and bring you down because they've never done anything on their own. And so if someone wants to do something and they want to ask me questions like that, that's one thing. But if someone doesn't do anything and they want to criticize, then I have no time for those. I just want to tell all people like that, as I get back to safety here, that if you guys can't do it yourselves, you shouldn't criticize anybody else. You really shouldn't. Now, another cartoonist wants to have a problem with me or whatever, that's a different story. But at least somebody who's actually done something, I'll talk to.
You see, that again, that's exactly what I was saying not to do. Just because somebody is not within your profession, that doesn't mean the criticism that they have against you is not valid. I don't know what fucking mentality Butch is on that he believes that sincerely, especially with his $200 trace commission. I don't really think you're in any position to say that you're above criticism, Butch. And let me actually kind of rephrase that. He's not saying he's above criticism necessarily. It's more he's above criticism from anybody else that hasn't accomplished what he has accomplished. And that is just one of the worst fucking mentalities that you can ever have. Like, if you were to actually stumble across this video accidentally somehow, he's automatically gonna dismiss everything that I have to fucking say because I'm not a professional artist. I never got a show on Nickelodeon. I'm a beginner and everything like that. He's Daddy Hartman, he fucking made your childhood and he's better than almost everybody else in the industry. That's the he like literally he's fucking narcissistic to a point where it's almost at the level of John Chris Belushi, just without the fucking pedophilia. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I really have to say about this video and about Butch Hartman in this sense with criticism. As I said before, I have those 2 videos in the description if you want to see them, from Saber Sparks and that other British guy who I keep forgetting. They make great content and I'm a huge fan of both of them. But thank you guys for actually sticking through this video, listening to me rant, especially those who actually sat through the introduction, because I know it was a long ass one. But yeah, more videos like this are to come, and more videos on music are to come soon, especially this coming week, since I'm actually off work and I don't go back to school until next week. I am still working in the studio and stuff like that. So I have a lot of things in store for you guys. I do also have a merch store already, but I wanted to wait until I got to 1,000 subscribers to make a video for that. But if you do want to see what I have on my merch shop, go ahead and look in the description. It's going to be the first link that you see there. But with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a very cash money day.